Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My name is Umol Syamsyul bin Rakiman. Today I am presenting my research regarding value creating activity from aluminium recycling on metal scrap collector Malaysia case study. I am from the Faculty of Technology Management under the Department of Production and Operation Management. I proceed with my presentation today. The pre Stop. This is the presentation outline consisting of introduction, literature review, methodology, results, and discussion. Introduction. China is the country with the highest aluminum recycling rate, being followed by Europe and Japan. This means that the Asian region is the leading continent in terms of aluminum recycling. Since Malaysia also in the Asian region and a developing country, we also have to be wise enough to prepare Malaysia for a better recycling approach. But before we prepare for recycling, we also need to understand how the value is being created from recycling activity. In order to understand how value is created from recycling aluminium, we have to identify the actors and what the actors perform in order to create value for that particular process. And this is the main objective of this paper. Literature review. Aluminum recycling. The figure on the slideshow shows you the actors that is involved in the aluminum recycling industry. This is an ideal aluminum recycling industry that consists of many actors playing their activities and roles in recycling the aluminum products. It begins with the collectors, followed by dismantlers, and finally remelters. After the remelters, the aluminum which has been recycled will be supplied back to the manufacturing chain. We want to understand what the activities being performed by these actors in order to create value from the aluminum recycling process. Methodology. This study adopted a case study method in order to gain the data. This is also an explorative study. It is in such nature because this research has not yet been done in a Malaysian context in order to understand how value is created in the metal scrap collector site. In order to confirm the data and validate the result, the selected metal scrap collector site has to be confirmed whether they process aluminum scrap or not. If they process aluminum scrap, then they are the best candidate for this study. Results. The type of firm that has been selected for this study is a metal scrap collector. This company is based in Johor, Malaysia. The position of the respondent is the Chief Executive Officer and the Managing Director of this very company. The aluminum scrap being processed in this facility originated from the construction site. After it has been processed, it will be supplied back to the manufacturing firm. Apart from aluminium, this metal scrap collector also processes magnesium and copper. This company has 20 years of experience in the metal scrap business. The roles and responsibilities of the founder is managing the company, calculating the budget, allocating the human resource necessary in the company, find supplier, and of course sell back the processed aluminium scrap. There are 9 value-creating activities that has been performed in this very facility. The first one is warehousing. The second one is worker processing the aluminum scrap. The third one is sale, which is when they sell back the processed aluminum scrap. The fourth one is transportation in order to collect the aluminum scrap from the supplier, which is the construction site, and also to send it to the buyer of the processed aluminum scrap. Service is the next value creating activity for this company. When they take care of their service, such as collecting aluminum scrap and addressing the complaint from the customer, it will increase the value for this company. While purchase is when the worker go to the site of the supplier to collect the aluminum scrap. Volume. This company prefer big volume of aluminum scrap rather than small volume of aluminum scrap because small volume of aluminum scrap will waste the space on the transportation being provided by the company. The next one is contaminant. Contaminants such as oil, paper, and plastic will eventually result in the decreasing value of the aluminum scrap. And last but not least is the government. Government intervention and policy will help the recycling business in order to grow, since it urges people to recycle and it makes sure that the supply of aluminum scrap is continuous. Discussion. There are 9 activities that can be identified from the results. These activities can be divided into 2 main categories. The first one is direct value creation. In direct value creation, for an example, is warehousing. When we put the item in the warehouse, the respondent needs to pay for the rent of the warehouse, and this of course affects the value. While the second category is the indirect value creating activities. For example, is the existence of contaminant. When the aluminum scrap is too contaminated, it cannot be processed further or recycled, and this will affect the value of the aluminum scrap that they will process. As conclusion, when we have identified the activities that create value in aluminum recycling, especially in the metal scrap collector side, we can help them in order to boost their business, since we have understood how value can be created from aluminum recycling. This will ensure that the recycling business will persist, not only to support our economy but also to save our environment at the same time. Thank you.